Hi, and welcome to this video where we're going to do some tapping for the feeling of overwhelm, because when we're overwhelmed, it can be hard to actually fall asleep. And so if we can use tapping and reduce that feeling of overwhelm, we might actually be able to fall asleep way quicker. Before we keep going, if you haven't done so already, click the link in the description. It will bring you to my website where you can actually read my disclaimer. So once you've given that a read, just come back and let's keep tapping. So first of all, overwhelm. So what is the definition of overwhelm? It is to be overpowered in mind or emotion, extreme stress, feeling overpowered with superior force, feeling excessively burdened. And this definition comes from a document that I got years ago. I don't even know where, so I can't give it credit. But it has a description of many different emotions. And so when I read the definition, it really helps me to know that I'm actually feeling that emotion. So before we start tapping, I just want you to kind of tune into your body. So we're tapping for this present moment. So right now, as you're sitting here and about to tap, overwhelm 0 to a 10. So where would you rate your feeling of overwhelm? So write that down. I want you to keep track as we're tapping. And not just rating it 0 to a 10. Does it show up anywhere in your body? What does it feel like? For me, overwhelm usually comes in my chest and up my throat, where I have a hard time taking a deep breath when I'm overwhelmed. So write down where you feel the overwhelm in your body. And before we get into details of the overwhelm, let's just do one quick round on this feeling that we have in our body. All right, so even though I am feeling overwhelmed in my chest right now, I acknowledge that this is how I'm feeling. And even though I am feeling this sense of overwhelm in my chest that's kind of going up my throat in this moment, I acknowledge that this is how I'm feeling in this moment. And even though I am feeling this sense of overwhelm in my body, it's okay. I'm safe right now. And I acknowledge that this is how I feel. This overwhelm in my chest. This overwhelm in my chest. This overwhelm in my chest. Going up my throat. This overwhelm in my chest. This sense of overwhelm in my chest. Feeling overwhelmed in my chest. Now take a breath. Tune back into your body in this present moment. With 0 to a 10, how overwhelmed are you feeling right now? Did it go down a little bit? I know we weren't specific yet, but this was just kind of the first round to see if we can kind of tune in more to where this overwhelm is coming from. So now I'm going to ask you the question. This feeling of overwhelm, do you know why you're overwhelmed today? What is in your current life in this present moment that is causing you to be overwhelmed? And what I hear often is I'm overwhelmed because I haven't slept in a while. So let's do a round on that, if that's true for you. And if it's not true for you, but you've written down other reasons that you're feeling overwhelmed, just even using my words as we go through this next round will help you with borrowing benefits. All right, so even though I'm feeling overwhelmed right now, I'm so overwhelmed because I haven't slept in so long, I acknowledge that I feel this overwhelm. And even though I'm feeling so overwhelmed right now, because I haven't slept in so long, and I'm tired and exhausted, no wonder I feel overwhelmed. And even though I'm feeling this sense of overwhelm right now in my body, because I'm exhausted, I deeply and completely accept that this is who I am. But I am feeling overwhelmed because I haven't slept in so long. I can't remember the last time I had a good night's sleep. No wonder I'm feeling overwhelmed, feeling so overwhelmed because I haven't slept in so long. Take a breath. Just come back in the present moment. Feel right now how overwhelmed 0 to a 10 are you feeling? Did we nudge that overwhelm? Has it come down a little bit? Write that number down. Okay, so let's talk about the overwhelm again. So as you're tuning into this overwhelm right now, What other reason is it popping up in your mind that's causing you overwhelm? Write down that reason. Yeah. And again, not again, but now I also want you to think, is there a behavior that is being affected by your overwhelm? So is there something you're supposed to do that you're not doing? Or something that you're not doing, or something that you are doing, like turning around in circles? Is that happening with you when you get overwhelmed? Because then you start procrastinating. Just write that down too. What is the behavior that my overwhelm is causing or not causing? All right, so now let's do a round of tapping the overwhelm. And the chance that you're overwhelmed is because of your to-do list. Because our overwhelm can happen when we have so many things on our to-do list that we're not getting to. And we look at the to-do list and we see this to-do list as something that is just like a task or hard or just lots of work, as opposed to seeing it as a helpful tool. All right, so even though I'm still feeling some overwhelm because my to-do list is so long and I haven't crossed off everything off my to-do list. Now it's time to go to sleep and I still have too many tasks left undone on my to-do list, but that's okay. I can start again tomorrow. And even though I am still feeling overwhelmed because there's so many things left undone on my to-do list from today's task, I didn't get to do the laundry I wanted to do today, but that's okay. I have a new day tomorrow. And even though I'm still feeling overwhelmed because there's so many things left undone on today's to-do list, I acknowledge that I feel this overwhelm. Still feeling overwhelmed. I had too many tasks on my to-do list. I expected that I could get them all done, but that didn't happen. And oftentimes, when that happens, it's because I had too many things on my to-do list. The expectations that I put on myself were too big for today. And there just wasn't enough time to do it all. But that's okay. I can be proud of what I accomplished on my to-do list today. And I can revisit my to-do list so that tomorrow I only put one or two things at the top of the list. And I can keep the list as a reminder of what I need to do so that it's not all in my head, and have it out on paper. But I know that my to-do list is a helpful tool. Does not mean I have to do everything that's on that list today. That to-do list is just a placeholder for all the things I want to accomplish, but they don't have to be done today. But I do feel overwhelmed. I personally right now can feel my overwhelm going down as I'm saying those words, because what's popping up is that the things on my to-do list don't all need to be done. There are times I put things on my to-do list in my state of overwhelm, but in reality, I don't want to do them, or I don't need to do them. Because if that task wasn't accomplished, I would still feel good about my day. It's about finding those moments in the day and enjoying the day. It's not about getting every task on my to-do list completed. It's about being proud of the task I did complete in my day. All right. I'm just going to finish this round. I want you to tune in again. I like to put my hands on my heart when I tune in. Tuning into that sense of overwhelm. Rate it again, 0 to a 10. How overwhelmed do you feel in this moment? Just about today, just about your task. And if your overwhelm has gone to a 0, that's awesome. Celebrate that. And now see if it's easier for you to go to sleep. If while tapping you had other emotions show up, write those down. They are things to work on. And as you were tapping, you might have released emotions by yawning, for me, it's burps. I just had a little other burp there. And you'll notice that a lot of my videos, when I'm releasing something, I just and burp. And so it could be yawns, it could be tears, it could be just feeling this sense of calm coming over your body as you're releasing. If you feel still overwhelmed, just start again, start this video again, write down your reasons for being overwhelmed today. Take one reason at a time and just tap through it until the sense of overwhelm goes down. And then it's going to be so much easier to fall asleep. So that's it. Let me know how this video helped you. If it can help anybody else that you know that is feeling overwhelmed, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to doing another video for you shortly. Thanks. Bye.